Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Kubeir. I'm a CICC licensed immigration consultant. This channel is all about Canadian immigration news, updates, things you should do, things you should not. PNP draws, starting with that one. Saskatchewan, on the 8th of June, Saskatchewan held its first draw of the month. Already about 9 days have passed, but let's talk about this. Province invited 500 candidates under the two programs, which is OID, Occupation in Demand, and Express Entry. And they invited 268 candidates from Express Entry. They invited 232 from the OID stream, and the candidates were nominated only, obviously, if you have that knock code, which has been identified as a targeted knock code or targeted occupation. The minimum score for this draw was 69. Now, these were the knock codes that were selected for this particular draw, 11202. Now, some of these knock codes have not been invited in the past, so it was a good thing to see that the knock codes are now being changed by Saskatchewan. Earlier, they had sort of repeatedly drawn out few knock codes, but now this time some additional knock codes have been included, including 11202, professional occupations in advertising, supervisors in supply chain, procurement, production, mechanical engineers. Then you also have business development officers, welders, manufacturing managers, supervisors in food and beverage processing. Some of these knock codes, as I said, were not invited earlier, so I'm glad to see that they're getting also a shot at it. Alberta also conducted a draw on the 8th of June. They invited 150 candidates with the priority sector of the knock codes being in agriculture, occupation, or French as the first language. Invited candidates had a CRS score of at least 382. Because they do not publish the exact criteria or they do not publish exactly what knock codes have been invited, we never really get a chance of understanding what that is. But this is Alberta is always your lucky draw kind of a thing. Therefore, you should always have an active Express Entry profile, because you never know, your profile might be the one that Alberta shows interest in. British Columbia on the 13th of June also invited 170 candidates to apply for the BC PNP. This was a general draw with scores ranging from 87 to 107. 41 additional invitations were sent out to candidates in the healthcare and childcare occupations with scores as low as 60. Manitoba on the 15th of June invited 540 candidates through their 3 different streams. Certain occupations were targeted under one of the streams, and scores were ranged from 602 for the occupation specific stream to 718 for the skilled worker over stream. Very high there, but that's how it rolls, right? Because of such a high demand, so many candidates, so many people are entering the pool, and therefore the scores remain quite high. Of all these invitations issued, 187 went to candidates who had an active Express Entry profile, which basically means once the nominations are issued, these 187 candidates would get 600 points in the Express Entry profile, and hence they can submit their application through the Express Entry. The remaining would have to apply non-Express Entry route. Prince Edward Islands on the 15th of June also conducted the draw. Labor market and Express Entry candidates were, this was under the labor market and the Express Entry stream. For Prince Edward Islands, they usually conduct their draw once a month. Their schedule is always announced. It's already published on their website. The only thing with Prince Edward Islands is that you have to create your profile. You have to create your account on the Prince Edward Islands website. A lot of people have a lot of expectations and hope, because PNPs are not that easy anymore. And with Prince Edward Islands, the thing is that though it doesn't say there, and in most cases you'll be wondering why didn't you get invited, because the score was something which you met with. The thing is that Prince Edward Islands usually tends to favor people who are already living, working, studying in their province. So the chances for anybody who's not in Prince Edward Islands to get invited is quite rare and unheard of, but you can always get lucky. So always do, give yourself a shot, right? That's the whole point. And make your profile on Prince Edward Islands portal as well, but don't pin your hopes on it. It can happen. Stranger things are known to have happened, but don't pin your hopes on it. But that's the Prince Edward Island draw. 4 business impact candidates were also invited. If I haven't been able to answer your questions, by all means, please post them in the comment section below. I will be happy to come back and respond to your questions. Thank you so much for joining in. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Yeah. And if you wish to book an appointment, then that is the link. This is the email address if you want to reach out to us. to handle any of your applications. We do also handle refugee cases. We handle applications for HNC, humanitarian and compassionate grounds. We handle applications for detention reviews. Hopefully, if you get detained for whatever the reason might be. And we also handle appeals in the IRB, Immigration Refugee Board. And if you are in any of those situations, want to discuss, consult, then please by all means do. Thank you so much for joining in. It has been a pleasure again doing this episode, and I shall see you soon. Take care.